Here are the 3 drops in my Grixis casual build that I've been showing videos for. Here is the 3-drop creature in blue that I have, Nebulous of the Breath. It's an uncommon in Dark Ascension. It's a 3 for 2/1. But it's got a nice feature that it's got flying and it's also a tapper or on tapper. Then we've got Divination, 3 of them. Draw 2 cards, a common from Magic 2013, a sorcery. We've got 2 of a nice instant from Innistrad, Dissipate, a 3-drop. Of course, everything in this video is a 3-drop. Counter a target spell, and if it's countered this way, you exile it instead of putting it into the graveyard. Ghostly Flicker, exile 2 target artifacts, creatures, and or lands you control. Then they return these to the battlefield under your control. It's a nice way to save something from say like an Oblivion Ring, I think, or it's also a great way to bring something in that gives you a benefit whenever it enters the battlefield. Then I've got a nice playset of Forbidden Alchemy. Very popular card in Standard for a while, just like Dissipate. You can look at the top 4 cards of your library and then you put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. It's got a very heavy flashback, but still, if you get that far in the game, you can drop 7 mana. And it's really a Dimir card all the way back in Innistrad. Then you have Paralyzing Grasp and Enchantment Aura. When you enchant the creature, it doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Nice way to keep something down for a while. Then here's a curse, the blue curse. I think it's the only blue curse of all these enchantment aura curses. None of these except the one in black, and I forget the name. Curse of Death's Hold, I think it's called. Really took off. We're not that useful. Yes, in blood constructed for Innistrad, but not in Standard. Enchant player, and the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, that player puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. So it's a milling, you're constantly milling your opponent. Then here we've got a couple of black creatures. You've got a zombie, Dead Reveler. A 3-drop, of course. It's got Unleash, comes in at 2/3, but it could come at 3/4 if you use the Unleash ability. Vampire Nighthawk needs no introduction because it's got Flying, Death Touch, and Lifelink. A great card. Phylactery Lick, I have not used it. I have 1. It's indestructible. And it puts counters, but once you stop being able to put counters on creatures because of Phylactery Lick, then you're done, it dies. Sewer Shambler, which came from one of the theme decks, it must have been Rakdos. I hadn't thought of including it before because Scavenge is normally a Golgari ability, but somehow it was included in the Rakdos theme deck. I have to think a little bit more about this deck because it's a 3/2/1. It does have Swamp Walk, which means that it's unblockable if your defending player controls a swamp. I'll think about this card a little more. I'm still keeping all the cards from the theme decks in this mini cube. Mind Rot with the new art. Target player discards 2 cards. Nightly Terrors. A 3-drop, of course, as all the other cards. Target player reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it, and you exile it. That's pretty good because it doesn't have a converted mana cost limitation. It can be any card as long as it's non-land. Then Tribute to Hunger, I only have 1. Target opponent sacrifices a creature, and you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. But your opponent sacrifices the creature. You don't choose which one. So it does have its limitations. Cower in Fear. Creature your opponents control get -1/-1 until end of turn. Nice card, nice uncommon from Magic 2013. Then we have Stab Wound, which I played in the Golgari deck that I played during the Return to Ravnica pre-release. It enchants for -2/-2. And here is one of my favorite cards, Underworld Connections. Enchants a land, and you can tap it and pay 1 life, and you draw a card. Can be a very useful card. It's a rare. I pulled one in the pre-release and played it. I'll do a quick rewind of all of these cards. I'll have to think about Sewer Shambler. Really like Vampire Nighthawk. Of course, a Grixis deck doesn't usually have that many creatures, so you have to be very careful about which ones you choose. Right now online I'm running 4 Delvers and 4 Typhoid Rats, 1/1 black creature with Death Touch, and getting my butt kicked. So I gotta make better choices or add more choice cards.